gravely stand as I am and walk life's way. When my hands are warmed in God's show, my heart lights aglow, finding peace when skies are gray. In great compassion, may I live this precious life, just as it's given in me does light each day. When we see the golden sun shining from above, we are mindful of the Buddha's love. For us all His pure compassion shares His steadfast glow. By His doctrine, wisdom's way to show. When we see the silver moon gleaming in the sky, we remember still our Lord is nigh. By His blessed law to guide us through this earthly night, out of sorrow into joy and light. In times of difficulty, I say Namo Amida Butsu, doing my best with a calm heart, thankful for my life as it's given, living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion, living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. In times of gratitude, I say Namo Amida Butsu, doing good no matter how small, reaching out with a warm heart, always in embrace of Buddha's great light Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. With hands of heart in Gasho, I say Namo Amida Butsu, spreading spirit of living with brave hearts, spreading spirit of caring, helping others. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo Amida Butsu. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo Amida Butsu. In times of difficulty, I say Namo Amida Butsu, doing my best with a calm heart, thankful for my life as it's given, living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion, living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. In times of gratitude,
Namando, 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 namando. Good morning, Alhakako. Welcome to Punahong Ganji Buddhist Temple Sunday service. Thank you for your patience. We'll begin our service with opening chant, Vandanati Salana. Please put your hands together in Gasho. Taso Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhasa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Bundan Saranam Gacchami, Dhamman Saranam Gacchami, Sangham Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namando, 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 namando. Now we have a chanting of sutra. Today the chanting is verses reaffirming the vows. I have made unrivaled vows and will reach the highest path. If I fail in any way, may I not attain Buddhahood. Should I not provide to all for countless kalpas to come, and in times of suffering, may I not attain Buddhahood. I will reach enlightenment, but unless my Buddha name resound throughout the universe, may I not attain Buddhahood. I will practice the noble path, wisely, mindfully, free of greed. Seek to reach the supreme way, be a guide to one and all. May my power shine great light to illumine and dispel the darkness of the three poisons, and save all from suffering. With eyes of wisdom I'll remove the darkness of ignorance. I will close all evil path, open gates of highest good. When I attain Buddhahood, light will shine throughout all lands, light brighter than sun and moon, outshining all heavenly lights, giving my virtue to all, not forsaking anyone. I will proclaim the Dharma like the roar of a great lion, bowing before all Buddhas, steadfastly gaining virtues, with wisdom fulfilling my vows. I shall be a guide to all, like the wisdom of my teacher. May my wisdom also shine all throughout the universe, and illumine one and all. If I shall fulfill these vows, may all lands tremble with joy. From the heavens wondrous flowers rain down upon all the lands. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. I want to share my message with you today. The title of my message is Dharma. I want to share my message again. The title is Dharma. Have you ever heard this word Dharma? Not Dana but Dharma. This is a word from India, Sanskrit word Dharma. But Dharma is has a translation. Could be different translation you may hear. But this is one of the translation that the dana is a selfless giving and compassion without desire for recognition or reward. Yeah? Selfless giving and compassion without desire for recognition or reward. So we may often do helping people. Dana is a selfless giving. Just help people, helping our kupuna or people who needs help. So, but do you know the history or origin of the dana? Yeah, we often again project dana or dana day. But what is the history and then origin? So today I want to share the more background of the dana and then how we may apply this idea of the dana into our daily life. Also learning, knowing there is a dana in our history of the Buddhism teaching. So basically to explain dana, this is one of the teachings we do have in Buddhism tradition. 6 paramitas. Yeah, 6 paramitas. You may hear these words, especially in March and then autumn season time when we observe Ohigan, the occasion we have a perfect harmony on the season, observing March and then autumn season, Ohigan season. You may often hear Ohigan is other shore, Buddha's land. And then this shore is our life. Yeah? Buddhism exists, how we are living in this life of difficulties can reach out to the other shore, Pure Land. So Ohigan is the occasion we deeply contemplate the teachings of Namo Amida Buddha, which promised carry me from this shore to the other shore without fail. Then when we having these 6 paramitas, these are perfect practices to become a Buddha. Yeah, perfect practices to become a Buddha. Again, from this shore, our human life, to other shore, Pure Land, we get to have a practice. And then these are 6 practices. If Bodhisattva, which means a person or a being who is aspiring to become a Buddha, to want to have true peace and happiness, no more desire, no more attachment, no more worries, concerns. If the person wants to attain such a realm of enlightenment, these are practices you get to do perfectly. Yeah, and then there are again 6 here, and then in the beginning, dana appears, dana giving, and then other are like sila, promises, keeping promises or precepts, kshanti, tolerance or patience, virya, effort, dhyana, mindfulness, and prajna, wisdom. So these are, each is a practice. If you want to become a Buddha, attain enlightenment, we get to do these practice perfectly. So we know in our daily life too, we know giving, keeping promise, tolerance, effort, mindfulness, wisdom, we know. But for example, how about the number 2, sila, promises? This is like in Buddhism teaching, there are precepts you get to follow. If you break a rule, it's having not a good virtue. There are certain regulation or promises we get to promise and follow up. Even our daily life here, like for 2021, for this new year, I have 1 resolutions. So in this new year, I try to lose my weight. Try to lose my weight. So in the first 3 days, I try to pay attention what I eat, what I drink, and then more exercise. Yeah, that is my promise. Yes, I promise I'll lose my weight. But unfortunately, after 3 days, I forgot what I promised. And I began to eating more, no exercise, drinking more. So even so easily, I breaking a promise or rules. So if we think about in our daily life too, we may say we're doing these 6 things, but again, point is we have to do it perfectly without interruption every single day, every single moment. If even 1 second we cannot do it, we cannot attain enlightenment. So we can see when we say in that way dana, again we know helping people do what I can do. But dana is in these 6 paramitas practices, a person have to do perfectly to become a Buddha. That is the origin of the dana, the profoundness of the dana giving. And then dana, and out of these 6 paramitas, we said prajna is the most important. By doing practices, we try to attain this Buddha's wisdom, which also means the enlightenment. So those are 6 paramitas of practice, and dana is one of them. So again, dana is a selfless giving and compassion without desire for recognition or reward. Yeah? And then when we say dana, there we said the 3 purities of dana. There are purity of dana. 3 things have to be pure and then beautiful always. So first is a person who gives, a person who receives, and then things which is given and then received. These are have to be pure and then beautiful. So again, when we say dana giving, we say selfless giving. But don't you think we may have sometimes when you offer your helping or labor, what if a person doesn't say thank you to you? How do you feel? Well, we may say, well, it's okay, I'm doing just what I can do. But don't you think if the person says thank you, we may feel good there? Or for myself too, I enjoy playing ukulele. And if there are some people come to see me, Reverend, I don't have a ukulele, but can you give me one of your ukuleles? I get to consider, okay. Maybe after my consideration, let's say I give my ukulele to the person. And then later, every time when I see that person, I'm thinking, oh, that is my ukulele. That was expensive. Oh, I shouldn't give that to him. Yeah, if I have a regret, that is still attachment there. So in that when we do dana, a person who gives, a person who receives, and then things or something or things which is given and received, they have to be pure and then beautiful. So if we think in this year not easier, we may have a regret what we did, or we may have make a judgment what we received. Even a person gives us with a good heart, we will make a judgment. Oh, this is not something I wanted. So it's truly not easy to have dana always be pure and then beautiful. Yeah, I think maybe today you may have again connection is not good, stable, but again, so dana, 3 purity of dana. Also, there are different types of dana. We may think dana is only helping, offering things to people, laborers, or just helping people. But we have 3 types of dana. One is sharing of Dharma. So sharing the Buddha's teaching, that is the first thing. Sharing of the Dharma through service or newsletter, or have a discussion each other, sharing of Dharma. And second is selfless giving of materials. This can be the thing we may every day or we try to do not only materials, but also our labor or things we can offer. Selfless giving of materials. And then third is removing of fear, offering of the comfort, and then kindness. So these are three types of dana: sharing of dharma, selfless giving of materials, and then removing of fear. Again, as a definition, you can see selfless giving and compassion without desire. So that is a compassion. By receiving the compassion, we feel that our fear disappeared. When we need comfort, by receiving from somebody dana, that makes us feel peaceful and then happy. So these are three types of dana we can find. So this is like about the history and then origin of the dana in Buddhism tradition teaching. So if we think in this again, dana is a practice we do to become a Buddha. So that is not easy for myself to do completely. Then dana. So then sometimes temple members or people come to help me or doing volunteer for the community or temple. Yeah. And then when they say each other, oh, thank you for coming, thank you for coming. Sometimes they say in this way, oh no, it's okay, no worry, it is my dana. Yeah, it is my dana. So when you hear this sentence or word, what do you think? Or if you ask yourself, somebody asks you, can you do this? You think to yourself, okay, maybe I can do that. I want to help that member or others. And you are helping people. And the person said, oh, thank you so much, I do appreciate. And you may say, no, it's okay, it is my dana. Maybe you may have such an experience, yeah? Then point is, maybe we often say or we often hear this word, it is my dana. But again, we learn that dana is selfless giving. Yeah, selfless giving, just helping others. But now we are saying it is my dana. Yeah, it is my dana. Yeah, we still, without knowing, we try to acknowledge, I'm doing for you. I'm helping you. I am doing. Yeah, so again, dana is a practice to remove our possessions or attachments. Yeah, by giving away what is important to us, the teaching us less attachment, because attachment, possession is a cause of suffering we have in our daily life. Yeah, by having car, housing, or family, friends, money, we don't want to lose it. We want to keep it. We are so afraid somebody steal it, something happened to what we have. By attached to things, we are creating not only happiness, also worries, concerns. Or to protect what I have, we may try to fight with others so that I can keep what I have. So therefore, in Buddhism tradition, this teaching dana is so essential because this attachment is a cause of suffering. Therefore, by giving away, try to less cause of difficulties. Then, however, again, when we try to do this dana, not easier to say totally it's dana. Still we say it is my dana. Then we can deeply think about, as long as there is I am doing, I believe in Buddhism, I'm listening, I'm chanting, I'm hearing message. This I is a cause of suffering because of the attachment. So our founder, Master Shinran, is the one try to do every single practices, including 6 paramitas, to become a Buddha, to attain enlightenment want to have a true peace and happiness. He realized, I cannot do that. No matter how I tried, the more what I see is this I did it. I'm doing. No way to attain enlightenment. And that was a moment our founder, Master Shinran, realized there is a one being or a Buddha, selfless giving, totally working for me. That is Namo Amida Butsu, Amida Buddha's compassion, wisdom. Amida Buddha, after observing, I cannot do any practice perfectly. Amida Buddha practiced for me so that I may also attain enlightenment. For me, no way to become a Buddha, but Amida Buddha did everything, prepared everything for me so that I may also receive true peace and happiness. That is Amida Buddha's primal vow. And the Buddha never said, it is my dana or what I'm doing for you. Totally selfless giving. That is given to me as a virtue. When I think to this dana as a final conclusion, so my wife and my wife's mother, she's in Japan, and then she's still working, helping her spouse, the company. And then one day she working, even COVID-19 time, she's working. And one day she said, actually, I don't want to work anymore. Yeah, I want just to retire. I want to enjoy myself with my family and then grandchildren. I don't want to go to work. And then she said, but I'm working so that I can send a financial support to my daughter, to my wife. Yeah. When I hear that story, it really touched my heart. That's right. Yeah, if a person in their retirement years, could be just they want to enjoy their break time, vacation, just enjoy for themselves. But she said, I'm working so that I can help you. So yeah, there is we can see the thinking of others before herself. For my wife, for ourselves, it's such a teaching us. Indeed, we do have an attachment or desires, but there is a compassion, thinking of others more than doing for themselves. So in this way, I do have this is what I'm doing for others, for myself. We often say I comes first, but again, we can deeply listen. Namo Amida Butsu, Buddha's compassion, wisdom are given to me. Never asking, saying, I'm doing for you. Selfless giving, Buddha's highest virtue is given to us. So in this way again, dana is not something I can do perfectly, but we can receive the inspiration or guidance from this idea of dana. Yeah? Although we cannot do perfectly, removing my attachment to this idea of I. But there are so many things we can do. And what they are teaching us is there are 7 kinds of dana without materials. They are giving kind eyes, giving kind facial expressions, giving kind words, giving kind actions, giving kind hearts, giving of a seat, giving of a place where people can find comfort. Yeah, we can do it without having materials. Anytime, anywhere we can do. So maybe today, if you are sitting together with other person, you can try. Can you try giving kind eyes? How about the kind facial expressions? I cannot see. Of course, if you go to now having a mask, maybe we cannot see their face, but could be we can tell through their eyes. So I think these are things by learning, receiving the origin of the dana, there is a compassion. Myself, I cannot do perfectly like a Buddha, but guided by Buddhism teaching, There are things. Let me try. Let me do what I can do, knowing that I do have limitations, and then that of others. Selfless giving guiding us. We are receiving Amida Buddha's compassion and then wisdom, who practiced for ourselves so that we may also attain enlightenment. This Namo Amida Butsu contains all the virtues and it guiding our life. So today in the Sunday too, let us try to share dana, just a dana. And then we can try these 7 kinds of dana without materials. We may notice easy to do or not easy to do, depending on our situation or emotions or convenience. But therefore, we return to this words of Namo Amida Butsu, which is forever guiding our life. We can take refuge in. As a final conclusion, please put your hand together again. Let us recite the name of Amida Buddha together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Now we do have a unison reading, our pledge too. So please put your hands together in Gassho. Reaching out to others, I'll share a smile and gentle words. Just like the Buddha who always calls out with aloha. Breaking away from my greed, anger, and ignorance, I'll try to live in peace and harmony. Just like the Buddha who shares tranquility and kindness with all. Moving forward from self-centeredness, I'll share a life of joy and then sorrow with others. Just like the Buddha whose caring heart always embraces us. Realizing that I live because of others, I'll strive to live life to the fullest with an attitude of gratitude. Just like the Buddha who promises to embrace us all. We'd have a chanting of the name Butsu. Again, please put your hands together in Gassho. So we do have some announcements. So now every Wednesday we are having a Wednesday Dharma gathering, and this now we're moving to Zoom style sharing. No longer on Facebook and then YouTube. So if you want to join this Wednesday Dharma gathering, please email to that email address punahonganji@twc.com. And some people had a question. They want to join, but they don't want to show their face. So therefore, people may afraid don't want to join this one. But when we have a Zoom gathering, it's totally up to you. You can choose to show your face, or you don't have to show your face. And we never force you. You have to show your face. You have to say something. Just like if you feel comfortable. You can show your face, you can share your input. If you just want to listen, you don't have to show your face, but still you can watch and then listen to the teachings or people's conversation. So in that way, if you want to join in that way, please again email to this our address. We're happy to send a link. Also again, next Sunday is 9 o'clock online Sunday service. Also from the February 22nd, we are having a new Buddhism class, part 2 actually, the Tanisho, one of the most influential book about Shin Buddhism tradition. So this is every Tuesday, 6 to 7 o'clock. We had a Tanisho class in 2018, I think, that we learned from the chapter 1st until up to chapter 10. We'll going to learn from the chapter 11 and then to the ending. So if you would like to join, please go to our Facebook page again. You can find a flyer if you can register. It's no fee, just open to everybody. So again, starting from February 22nd, this is again Zoom online class, 6 to 7 o'clock. So again, thank you so much for your time today. I guess it could be we may have some times of the interruption or buffering due to the connections. Thank you for your patience. Again, still I think in the morning and then evening, so getting cold and then chilly. So please keep you warm and then dry, and then please stay safe and then healthy. So have a beautiful Sunday and also peaceful Monday too. Thank you so much. Mahalo. Namando, 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 namando.
When my heart is touched by kindness, how my being fills with joy I wish to share. When my heart overflows with life's gifts, may my smile uplift. I'll share smiles everywhere. God's tender soon, as the ocean's depth, I also offer when touched by kindness to share. When my heart is sad in loneliness, be done.